Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Essence Janae, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys a couple of skincare products that I feel have really made a difference in my skin overall. I mean, I still have those bad days, but these products I feel are staples in my skincare routine, whether past or present, and I felt like there was no better video to do other than this one to kind of share that with you guys because I do love my skincare. I haven't always been on a strict regimen all my life. It took a while for me to get here, but I'm really happy that I'm here. I'm happy to be sharing these products with you guys, especially if you're like me and you have oily combination acne prone skin. Then this video will probably be beneficial for you, at least I'm hoping so. But with all of that being said, if this is something that you're interested in, you guys want to see what I've been loving, the products I've been using, whether I've shown it here on my channel or not, definitely keep on watching. Before we begin, you already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click the bell so you can be notified every single time that I upload. And with all of that, let's jump into today's video. Go ahead and dive in and get started. Now I went ahead and separated these into categories to kind of make it easier for me and to ensure that I'm not really missing any products. Now I do have majority of my current skincare mixed into here today because they have been staple products, but there are a couple of new products I've been using which I won't talk about just because I don't really want to throw it in a video like this because this isn't necessarily my actual routine. These are just products that I feel have stood out throughout the course of time of me using different skincare products. So let's start with our face cleansers because as we all know, that's the first step of doing your skincare is cleansing your skin. Now when it comes to cleansers, I feel like that's the number one product I have the most of in my collection or have gone through the most because I use them up pretty frequently. For the most part, I use the same cleanser in the morning at night. There are times where I have two different cleansers. It's not necessary, but I did pick out about 5 different ones to share with you guys in today's video because I feel like they really mean something and they really have proven that they work well with my skin. So I want to start with my most recent cleanser, the one I'm currently using now, and it's from the Inky List. This is their salicylic acid cleanser. Now this cleanser is really great because it does help reduce the breakouts and blackheads that I've been getting on my face or have had in the past. It just continues to help my skin stay nice and healthy and glowing. It really cleanses the skin, not so much of a deep cleanse to where you can use it after wearing makeup like I am wearing makeup now. I wouldn't use this specific cleanser at night. I like to use this in the morning time, but the fact that it has that salicylic acid in there is really great, and anyone with acne prone skin knows how important that one ingredient is for us. So I would say that this is definitely not only an affordable cleanser, although it's sold in Sephora, very cheap and affordable, but the quality of the product is really nice. The texture and formula of the actual cleanser is more of like a jelly cleanser in my opinion, and normally I wouldn't really gear towards that type of cleanser, but this one for me really has worked for my skin and I have seen a difference in using it. This truthfully is my second bottle and honestly it's almost done. I wish it was like see-through for you guys to see how much product is actually left in this bottle, but it's not very much. Another cleanser that is no stranger to you guys is this one from First Aid Beauty. If you've seen any of my skincare videos, I have definitely mentioned this more than once. This one right here is really soft and gentle on the skin. It really helps to really give you that nice cleansed, face after you use it. This does promote like removing oils and makeup and dirt and things of that nature. So yes, I have used it in the morning as well as at night. But this one has definitely helped clear my face up as well. I feel like First Aid Beauty is truly one of those brands that have really good ingredients within their products and they have proven to work, at least for me specifically. And this one is one that I do enjoy using. I have a little bit of this one left. I did stop using it when I purchased this one, but either one of these are really good, and the First Aid Beauty doesn't really have too much of a scent with the cleanser either. Now, one thing I do want to say is I do feel like both of these would be great for sensitive skin. Let's just also keep that in mind. I used to think I had sensitive skin once upon a time, but I think it wasn't necessarily sensitive. It was just reacting to the products that I was using at the time. And you just got to find what works for you, because just because your skin is reacting a certain type of way and you assume that it's, you know, you have sensitive skin, you may in fact not have sensitive skin. It's just, I can't think of the word right now, but it's like reactive to the products that you're using. So you just want to make sure the products that you're using are good for your skin and they're not going to harm it or cause more damage or make it even more sensitive. So all in all, at the end of the day, my skin was sensitized. It wasn't sensitive. Now, speaking of sensitivity, one ingredient that I found personally is kind of a no for me when it comes to ingredients that are great for acne prone skin is benzoyl peroxide. I believe that's what it's called. But there's this cleanser right here from Cerave, however you say it, but this is their acne foaming cream cleanser, and it does have 4% benzoyl peroxide in this formula. And this I can use because it's not strictly just benzoyl peroxide. I have tried to use the cream that they have at Target with benzoyl peroxide in it, and it was just too intense and too much for my skin personally, and it definitely made my skin very, very sensitive. So my skin was sensitized to that ingredient. But when it's mixed into a formula such as this cleanser, it tends to work a little better. When my face seems to be breaking out a little bit too much for my liking, a little breakout here and there is like, okay, I get it. But when it gets a little too much, that's when I pull this cleanser out. I wouldn't use this cleanser on a daily, but I feel like it's helpful in the process of healing and getting rid of that acne. Now, some people, like I said, can use benzoyl peroxide, but me personally, I cannot use it by myself. It's a very harsh and strong ingredient, and you have to be really, really careful when using it. So there's two more products within the cleanser category that I do want to touch base on very, very quickly. First, starting with this one. Now, mine does not look like the original bottle, obviously. This is the Fenty Beauty Total Cleanser. There was a lot of back and forth when this first came out, and to be honest, I didn't purchase it right when it first came out. I waited a while, and that mostly was due to the fact that I was already using cleansers and products within my collection that were working for me, and there was really no need for me to go out and buy a new product. So I did wait on this, but I am happy that I purchased it. It does have a nice scent in my opinion, but it is quite strong. You do smell it a lot more than you do any other cleanser I've shown you thus far, but it does really help to really break down the makeup and just really cleanse your face. This I do use strictly only at night, especially when I'm wearing makeup or of course with my SPF. It really helps to break all of that down and just really give your face a nice cleanse, and your skin is super smooth afterwards. So I would say that this would be a product I would definitely repurchase. As you guys see, I am almost done, and the reason why I have this on here, if you guys have not seen any vlogs of mine, my Dose of Essence series that I have put out, I have talked about breaking this cleanser. The one thing I will say, the packaging on this cleanser is not the best. It's what I would consider to be clever. You know, I like the idea of twisting it open at the bottom and squeezing it out, but one day I opened it, squeezed it, and the top of it burst, and I lost a lot of product like that. So I had to go out and, well, I didn't go out. My girlfriend went out and got this little thing that normally you would use for like your toothpaste and put it on there, and it works great. So I love the fact that I can still use this, don't have to worry about it breaking back open. But if you guys have experienced the same thing, just do what my girlfriend did. Get a toothpaste thingy. I don't even know what that's called. Whatever that's called. Go get that and put that on there and it'll work perfectly. But the product itself is really nice, very smoothing, and just it's a little bit goes a long way too. Also, like a little bit of that product really does cover your entire face, and sometimes I forget that when I'm using it, but I love that product. Now finally, last but not least, for our cleansers, this one's a little bit newer, but I do really love the formula. This is the REN Clean Skincare Perfect Canvas Clean Jelly Oil Cleanser. So when you're wearing your SPF, you always want to make sure, or try to make sure, that you're using an oil-based cleanser kind of like double cleansing, which I have shown in the past. All my previous skincare videos will be linked down below, but I have talked about double cleansing in depth. I'm not going to go too in depth today, but when you're using an SPF on a daily, which you should use an oil-based cleanser, because SPF is an oil-based product and you can't really expect for a water-based cleanser to take off oil-based products. You know, oil, water, they just don't mix. So for me, this is kind of like my go-to in between to make sure I'm taking everything off completely, even if I cannot see it. And this formula is really, really nice. It goes on kind of like a jelly. Think of like petroleum jelly on your face, and then you wet it with a little bit of water and you wash it off. Kind of the same concept as those makeup balms, I believe that's what it's called. I've used a couple in the past, and I want to say Farmacy is the brand of the one I used to use. I could be wrong. I'll insert it on the screen, but I used to use that one a while back. I used it all up, and then I received this one in BoxyCharm, and I tested it out. I used it, and I just really like the way that it really melts and breaks down the makeup. Of course, there are many other ways you can do so, but this product is one I felt like I needed to mention because it kind of blew me away, to be honest. It really helps to break down my makeup. Now, of course, I don't just use this by itself. I will still go in with my water-based cleanser afterwards, but that's like my in-between go-to to make sure I'm really, really rinsing off all of the makeup and residue that's left on my face afterwards. So let's go ahead and talk about toners. So when it comes to that type of product, I used to think that it wasn't really a big deal to use one, and not that I think that now. I think there are targeted times where you definitely should if you're using the right toner, but there are also times where I feel like it's not completely necessary. Now, the one toner I've been waiting forever and ever to get my hands on, not that I couldn't, but just I never really purchased it until now, is this one from Paula's Choice. Again, if you guys seen my entire skincare routine from a while back, I was using this product but in a serum formula. I really truly feel like this liquid formula is a lot better, 10 times better. The difference that that product has made on my skin is unbelievable. I almost didn't believe it myself. I was having breakouts on my forehead, like little pimples and things popping up here and there, and I couldn't get it under control. And then I used this product, and I would say in a matter of 2 to 3 days, my forehead was a lot clearer. As you guys can see now, it definitely is a lot clearer. I know I have makeup on, but I really feel like it's less texture up there. I mean, you guys can kind of see that even though I have makeup on. Like, my makeup is laying smoothly, and that's all because, you know, the skin underneath it, you know what I mean? Because your makeup only looks as good as your skin. So I feel like this product is definitely a staple for me. It's something that I will continue to repurchase over and over again. It's been so hyped up, but with good reason, and I feel like it really does get the job done. Now, the one thing I will say is I do experience a little sensitivity on my forehead with using this product constantly, so it's not one that I will continue to use every single day, but I need to use it when I feel like my skin is really calling for it. Like, you have to listen to what your skin is saying to you to truly understand what you need and the products that you need to be using. One toner that I feel like is really close to that I have used, and unfortunately I don't have it anymore because I finished the bottle, but it is from Farmacy. It's their REN Clean Toner or something like that. It has BHA in it as well, which is a pertinent ingredient for us with acne prone skin, and I feel like it has the similar effect as the Paula's Choice. It's not as progressive as it is, but it's still a really good alternative if you can't get your hands on the Paula's Choice or whatever the case may be. That is a good alternative. So in a way, it's kind of like a dupe for it, but not really, because I honestly feel like the Paula's Choice might be cheaper. I might be wrong, don't quote me on that, but I feel like the two products are very, very similar. But if I had to choose, again, I would choose the Paula's Choice. Let's go ahead and talk about serums and treatments. So I only picked a handful to share with you guys today because I really feel like they have stood the test of time and really impacted me in a big way. So first I want to start with Inky List as a whole, as a brand. I really feel like they have some amazing products. You know, The Ordinary as well. Those are kind of like the two main brands that I feel like are go-to for me when it comes to serums and treatments. Mostly because of no fragrances or scents within their products. As we all know, that can be a real trigger for someone with acne if it has any type of fragrance or scent in the product. It can really irritate our skin. So just making sure I'm using products without that when it comes to this specific category is really important for me. So the first product I want to start with is this hyaluronic acid serum from the Inky List. As you guys can see, the bottle is super tiny. It's really little, but this does last for quite some time. Not forever, of course, nothing lasts forever, but it does give you some usage, and the price point on it is like very affordable. You cannot argue with the price point of this product. I feel like by far out of all the hyaluronic acids that I have tried, serum wise, this one truly is my favorite. This is my third refill of this bottle of this product since the beginning of this year, and I've been so obsessed with it that I will continue to use that. I feel like I don't really see myself straying too far away from the Inky List and that specific product because, again, I really love the formula. It gives your face a nice glow, and it looks really good, and it only takes a little bit of product to do so. So that one is definitely a staple, and it's here to stay. Also, another staple for me, which I don't see myself switching up anytime soon, is the retinol from the Inky List. Now, I have had my share of retinols that I've used in the past, and I haven't always been consistent, but this one is a really nice, gentle formula. Normally, they say with retinol, you're only supposed to use a pea-sized amount and, spread it all over your face and wear it that way. But for me, I feel like even when I do a little bit more than what I'm supposed to, I guess, I feel like it doesn't irritate my skin. I love a retinol that isn't not going to dry my face out and isn't going to make it to where I'm feeling irritated the next day or thereafter using it. And I feel like the formula on this is really great as well. Again, no scents, no fragrances, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And it really helps. Now, the last product that I do want to mention from the Inky List is their BHA beta hydroxy acid serum. This I do apply at nighttime, and I like to apply this right after my hyaluronic acid. This again is kind of like an overnight treatment just to help with pores and blemishes and things of that nature. And it's a gentle exfoliant. So I don't use this every single night because you don't want to exfoliate your skin every single day because obviously that would be damaging to it. But I do like to use this at least twice a week as well. So whenever I do use the retinol serum, I do not use the BHA serum. I kind of try to use these on opposite nights. But if in fact I do ended up using them at the same time, they do not interfere with one another. So that's a plus. Now, I don't know if that's right or not. Correct me down below if I'm wrong, but that's just how it happens sometimes. It's the truth. So for our last serum or treatment, I don't know which category you guys would want to put this in, but I have some niacinamide from The Ordinary. Now, I did try the niacinamide from Paula's Choice, and I wasn't really crazy about that. So I've gone back to The Ordinary. This product right here is one that I feel like has been very beneficial in lightening up my scars and dark marks on my face. I haven't been using it as much recently as I probably should, but nonetheless, this is a staple for me as well. This is another product along with the hyaluronic acid where that brand and that specific product is one that I would continue to buy. I don't think I see myself moving outside of this, especially because of the zinc 1%. I feel like that's what the difference is for me. I mean, outside of what the formula proves to do, I feel like that may be why I like that formula more than I do the Paula's Choice. Not to say Paula's Choice is bad or anything, but I really prefer The Ordinary when it comes to my niacinamide. Jumping now into eye creams and moisturizers, I don't have too many to talk about, although I have used plenty throughout this journey of mine. But let's go ahead and start with eye creams. So to start, I do want to mention the Kiehl's creamy avocado eye cream. I know that's not the exact name, but I will pop it up here on the screen for you guys to see. That one I really did enjoy. That was probably the first eye cream I've ever used that I really fell in love with. I will say the consistency of the product and the texture of it is a little bit thicker than any other one I've used, but I find it to be very, very moisturizing, and it's definitely one of those eye creams that I can use all around my eye and not just concentrate it underneath. And I would use that one either morning or night. It didn't really matter to me. But then I got my BoxyCharm box one month and I received this Farmacy eye cream. This is their Cheer Me Up Brightening Vitamin C eye cream. And the fact that it has vitamin C in it kind of made me a little skeptical, because I don't personally use vitamin C serums because they don't really work well with my skin. I know there are many other people out there with acne prone skin who really struggle with finding a good vitamin C to use, but mixed in with this formula for underneath my eyes, I feel like has worked for me, and it hasn't caused any type of irritation. To be honest with you guys, this is practically an empty bottle. I only have a little bit of product left up here, and that's about it. I'm almost done with it. It goes to show how much I use it and how much I do actually enjoy it and love it. I feel like it really gives me that luminous under eye and has helped with any dark spots or circles I may have underneath there, and just the constant use of this has been really great for me, and the end result is so worth it. Now, although I'm almost done with this, I will not be repurchasing it because I do have something else in my collection that I do want to test and try out and see how I like it. But if by chance that does not work, then of course I will go pick up another jar of that because it's been that good for me. Now, with that product specifically, I only like to concentrate it underneath my eyes. I do not take it on my lids. Now, I know I have not said yet in this video, but when it comes to eye creams, all eye creams are unfortunately not made equally, and you cannot use all of them all around your lid. Some of them are strictly just for underneath. And me personally, I just feel like anything with vitamin C is for under the eyes only and not the lids, because your actual lid space is a lot more sensitive than underneath the eyes. At least I think. At least for me. So I have experienced dry patches and things like that when it comes to eye cream. So for me personally, I have to be very, very careful in what products I'm choosing to use in that delicate area. Because overall, your whole eye area, all of this skin right here is really, really sensitive compared to anywhere else on your face. There are 3 different moisturizers I do kind of want to talk about today. So the first one is from Drunk Elephant. As you guys know, if you've been here for a while and seen those skincare videos, I was really talking and raving about that specific product, which is the Drunk Elephant Polypeptide Cream. Now, I love that stuff. It worked really well with my skin, super moisturizing. My skin looked glowy and youthful, and it did what it was supposed to do. It wasn't too thick, but it wasn't really thin and runny either, and a little bit definitely goes a long way with that product as well. Unfortunately, though, the packaging on that specific product was cool and all, but it was hard to tell how much product I actually had left. But nonetheless, I enjoyed the product, you know, in itself. Now, there is another moisturizer that I have found to love, and it reminds me a lot of that Drunk Elephant one, and that's this Skinfix Barrier Plus. This is their triple lipid peptide cream, and I feel like it's very comparable to that of the Drunk Elephant polypeptide cream. First of all, the packaging is really similar to where you just have that pump where you just push this down and the product comes up. Unfortunately, I don't have any more of this left, but I love to use this at night because it really provides that moisture and locks everything in the way that it should, you know, for overnight hydration and things of that nature. And it's just really smoothing on the skin. It is an what was that? It's an easy formula to work with as well. And again, I feel like it's very comparable to the Drunk Elephant one. Now, I have to say that out of that one and the Drunk Elephant, I feel like I prefer the Drunk Elephant, but that doesn't mean that this one right here is like no good or anything, because obviously I'm mentioning it for a reason. This is good. Now, a moisturizer that really blew me away was this one from Fenty Beauty. So you just twist up and down to open and shut the product, which I think is super cool and very, very different. Now, definitely on point for her brand. You do take out the little refill and you can just purchase this by itself and you don't have to like purchase the whole thing again. You pop it in, you twist it down. So this has both moisturizer, but it's also SPF included. And I feel like this is great for those who forget to put on moisturizer or want something that's a lot more glowy on the skin. I used to love using this product by itself, like without doing my makeup, if I just really wanted a glowy look. On top of the fact that it had SPF in it, really saved me the time and saved me the brain cells from having to remember to put on SPF if ever I forgot. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any more of this. I am using something a little bit newer and more affordable, but I will keep that to myself for now because I really want to make sure that it's as good as I think it is. Now, this one is the Hydra Vizor Invisible Moisturizer. Again, it has broad spectrum SPF 30 sunscreen in it, which is great. Anything SPF 30 or higher is great for your skin. And I loved the formula of this. A little bit of this, again, also goes a long way, but it just really provided my face with like a really, really nice dewy glow, and I really, really loved that. Now, talking about SPF, there are two other SPFs specifically that I've enjoyed throughout my time on this skincare journey that I am still on. The first one being from Supergoop. Now, I do not have that on hand, but it's the glow one. That one does provide your skin with a beautiful radiant glow, but it also gives you the protection from the UV rays and things of that nature. But not only that, it can also be used as a primer. So if you didn't know, you definitely can use that as a primer before applying your makeup, which is great because that just makes it more universal and easier to consider to use, considering it has more than one use, if that makes sense. Now, currently for SPF, I am using this one right here from Shiseido. Girl, I do not know how to say the name, but you guys get it. This one has been really great. It's super glowy, but also gives the protection from the sun. It doesn't break me out or just cause any irritation to the skin, which is great. This is a really, really glowy formula, and not only can I use it for my face, but I can also use it for my body as well, which is nice. Now, I do not like to apply this like moisturizer and then SPF. For me personally, I like to actually mix it into my moisturizer. I don't know why I did that with my hand, but I like to pour the SPF into my hand where my moisturizer is, mix it together, and then apply it. To me, it just not only helps the moisturizer, you know, apply a lot more smoother, but it just, I don't know, it gives the most beautiful glow of life, and you're just looking really glowy and dewy after the fact. So that SPF is definitely one that I truly take pride in and I like to use, and it's a lot of product offered in that bottle, so it'll last me for quite some time. Now, the last two products I kind of want to touch on just briefly is first for the lips, the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. You guys know I'm obsessed with this. Provides my lips with a nice glow, you know, without needing gloss, and just really moisturizes it. And I like to use this kind of like as a lip balm, not as an actual mask. I apply it in the mornings, I apply it at night before bed, and even throughout the day. I feel like this is going to be around and in my collection for quite some time because it's been that great for me. So if you suffer from like really dry lips, consider purchasing that because it has definitely made a difference. I'm not going to lie, I used to have some real dry lips, but ever since using that, my lips are always smooth and they feel good too. So definitely invest in that product if you're still on the hunt for something that's really gonna give your lips a nice smooth canvas. Also, really quickly, I want to mention this spray from Fresh. This is their Vitamin Nectar Antioxidant Glow Water. Just something nice to spritz on your face for that extra boost of glow. And it has some antioxidants in here as well as some vitamins, fruit complex, and other great ingredients that is good for your skin. So just a nice little mister, whether to refresh or just, you know, finalize everything once you put your SPF on. It's just really, really nice. And the mist on it is really, really light. All right, beauties. So that is all of the products as a whole. I really, really have enjoyed this video, and it means so much for me to be able to sit here and share these products with you. Although I've done those previous videos in the past of actual skincare routines, it was important for me to just do this video specifically because I kind of want to just remind you guys of all the products that I have used throughout this time, whether I've been using it on camera or not. I think it's important to kind of help you guys out and share that knowledge, especially for anyone who's struggling with trying to find the right routine. Just know it's not going to happen overnight. It takes trial and error, as it did for me, and I'm just really grateful and humble to be where I am today, especially with my skin. I mean, to be honest with you guys, it's kind of freaking out at the moment, just slightly, but it's nothing compared to what it was way back when, and that was a tough time for me. But I have come out of it stronger, better, wiser, and I'm continuing to learn more and more every single day. But of course, as I gain knowledge, I will share that with you guys as well, so you guys can be knowledgeable as well, especially if you're looking, for a routine or a product for something specific. Who knows, maybe I can help you guys out. But overall, I really hope you guys enjoyed the content of today's video. Of course, if you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave with the bell notification on, as always. I love you guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed this content. There will be more to come in the future, and I will see you very, very soon in my next upload. But I do want to say that next upload will not come on Friday, unfortunately. But sooner than later, we will be uploading twice a week, every single week. So stay tuned for it. I love you guys, and I'll catch you all in my next one.